Hello and welcome back to CoffeeNate.com. I'm so glad you've joined me. My name is Nate Smith, otherwise known as Coffee Nate, and this week I'm going to show you another method to make cold brewed coffee. Last summer I showed you a way to make cold brew coffee using your French press, and that's an excellent way to make cold brew coffee concentrate that you can use to make iced coffees, or you can even use it to make hot coffee. And this time I'm going to show you a cool kind of brewer. It's made for brewing cold brew coffee, and it's called the Toddy. It's very simple to use, it's easy to use, and I'm going to give you a little tutorial here in a moment. But some reasons why you'd want to use cold brew coffee. One, it's very smooth and it's lower in acid, so a lot of people that have stomach problems from drinking coffee, this is an excellent way to bypass that discomfort. And it's also it really brings out the sweet notes in the coffee. It's really unique in the flavors that it extracts from the different coffees. Very smooth and very clean tasting. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. It's very, very simple. And for this video I'm going to use the Green Coffee Bean Company sent me some coffee. I'm going to use their Ward Lake Breakfast Blend to make this coffee. And it's really, really, really simple to do. There's just a few parts to it. There's this decanter with an airtight seal, and this is the brewer itself, and it comes with this little hoop as a handle, just slides up on there, and a little Brillo pad looking filter, and a little cork stopper. So you just insert the stopper into the bottom like that. You get your filter damp, and there's just a hole, there's a recess in the bottom here, and you just pop it in there. Okay, now the secret is in how you add the water in the coffee. You start out, you add a couple cups of water to the brewer, and then you pour about half of the coffee in there. Now this is made to brew a full pound of ground coffee. And the grind that you need is a very coarse grind, so almost like a percolator, French press type of grind. Don't use anything finer because it will clog the brewer, and it will also extract too much of the flavor, which will make it bitter. Cold brew coffee isn't bitter when you do it with a coarse grind. So add a half a pound to the brewer. You can use less if you don't want to make so much, but it will stay fresh in the fridge for 2 weeks afterwards. So after you brew it, you can store it in the fridge for a couple weeks. You can make less, so just proportionally lower the amount of water to coffee ratio. And if you're using the whole pound, just fill this decanter all the way up to the top. That's about 9 cups. Now I've added half a pound of coffee to a couple of cups of water, and the dried coffee is in there. When you add the water, just do it slowly and pour in a circular motion so that you totally saturate all of the coffee grinds. You're not going to stir it because that will cause the filter to clog. So just continuously, gently add the water in a circular motion to wet all of the grounds sufficiently. So you just do this to this half and add about half of the water to the brewing mixture. I like to use something to pour with a narrow spout. That way you can control the pour much better. Okay, now I'm going to add the remaining half a pound. And thank you to the Green Coffee Bean Company for providing this excellent fresh roasted coffee. I love how they put the date that it's roasted on, and it was just a few days before I received it, so that's nice. Okay, now the rest of the coffee's in there. Just continue to add the water just like so. So there you have it. Now all you do is take this mixture here. You can cover it with a piece of wax paper or tin foil. You can put it in the fridge, or you can brew it on the counter. I prefer to put it in the fridge, and it just sits like that for 12 hours. After 12 hours, you simply put the brewer over top of the decanter and remove the plug and let it sit there, and it drains out. Real simple. What you're left with is a coffee concentrate. It's about 48 ounces or so, and you can use that as a 1-to-3 ratio. You use 1 part coffee concentrate to 3 parts water or milk. You can use cold water, cold milk, hot water, hot milk, any combination thereof, to your specific taste. Throw a little bit of sugar in there if you want. It really makes a nice smooth cup of iced coffee. I like to use cold brew coffee for iced coffee. I think it brings out better flavors than taking hot coffee and cooling it. We'll see you in 12 hours. This is what you're left with. This is the coffee concentrate. And you mix that 1 part coffee concentrate to 3 parts, either milk or water or a combination thereof. Now I drink my coffee, my hot coffee, black with no milk, but for my iced coffee I like to put milk in it. It smooths out the sweetness and it really complements the chocolatey sweet notes. The Toddy is about 30 bucks. It's easy to do. It's very simple and pretty much dummy proof. Just resist the urge to stir it. Let it strain through. It takes a few minutes, but what you're left with is this concentrate coffee, and it can stay fresh in the fridge for 2 weeks. Just keep it refrigerated and use just as much as you need per cup, and you can do it hot or cold. You can mix it with 3 parts hot water, use some boiling water. The instructions say you can microwave it. I don't endorse microwaving coffee under any circumstances. If you want to microwave the water and then add that to your the cold concentrate, then go ahead and do that, but don't microwave the coffee. See you next week at coffeenate.com, where there's always something brewing.